Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody had a good time enjoying the festivities over the weekend. Um, so today from life science, we're gonna get right into it. 9 things we learned about aliens in 2021. Some of the stuff is actually kind of interesting. Please, if you haven't done so, just maybe a like, bug the YouTube algorithm so you can continue to get some of these cool reports that I found on the internet. Okay, so let's get right into it. UFOs are real and the government knows it. In June, the Pentagon released a highly anticipated report detailing 144 UFO encounters between 2004 and 2021. The report was meant to assess the threat possessed by unidentified aerial phenomena or UAPs and officially confirm several UFOs that had, until then, only been shared through viral media. On one hand, the brief 9-page assessment confirmed that most of the UAPs reported probably do represent physical objects, which range from birds, balloons, to foreign civilian equipment and top secret U.S. government projects. However, anyone hoping for acknowledgement of interterrestrial intelligence may have been let down when the report to fail to link any of the 144 encounters to alien activity. So, there was video, I think, released by the lead singer of Blink-182 about the Navy, and it was like, Tic Tacs and all that stuff. The government essentially said that the UFOs are real. It's essentially they didn't come. Oh yeah, there's little green men, but they literally said that UFOs, or they like to call them now UAPs, are real, and it's just mind-boggling that this is not a bigger story. I do not understand this at all. It it's when for the last 6 months has been like, why is it nobody like this is not a big deal, but again, um, with COVID and everything, this like everything else has just been a back burner, and that's why I will continue to report on this. Okay, two, black holes could be alien powerhouses. While alien hunters spent plenty of time searching for habitable planets beyond our solar system, a study published in July in the Journal of Monthly Notices of the Royal Astronomical Society warns that scientists shouldn't overlook nature's most extreme objects, black holes, because black holes can radiate up to 100,000 times more energy than a star like our sun. They may tempting targets for alien civilizations looking to power their interstellar enterprises, the study authors wrote. To do this, aliens could use high-tech structures called Dyson spheres, giant energy siphon orbs first proposed in the 1960s to distill the energy from the disk of white matter swirling around the black hole's horizon, then radiate that energy towards into space. That radiated energy could create a distinct wavelength signature that astronomers can detect from Earth, and the study author suggested the researchers are currently developing algorithms to search through existing telescope data in search of those telltale signatures. So, Tabby Star, there was a big thing about it either last year or a couple of years ago, where the light emitted from it drops anywhere from 13 to 24%, um, like in terms of astrological time, very rapidly, and it's like in a pattern. It's almost like, okay, drops, comes back up, drops, back up. And most dice spheres are usually the go-to answers, but actually there's been proponents of either Dyson spheres or Halo is based off of like a like a Dyson ring. So to get to a tier 2 or 3, I think to power your like an interstellar empire, you need the oh, that's Instagram, and that's says you follow. Yeah, since I follow that, let's just ignore that. Okay. Um, Yeah, so since they do that, they need to siphon off the energy so they can power their ships and everything, and then transfer for to create a truly interstellar empire. So, that's yeah, that's like I said, very interesting. Alien planets may look nothing like Earth. Oh, let's read this. Typically, the search for alien life begins with a search of Earth-like planets, but there may be other class of alien world that is not conducive to life. A study published in the Astrophysical Journal in August contains Hycean planets, which are up to 2.5 times larger than Earth and support huge oceans of liquid water beneath hydrogen-rich atmosphere. Could be ideal spot for microbial life similar to the extremophiles that strive in some of the Earth's harshest environments, such as hydrothermal vents. The study author said, not only are these planets abundant in the Milky Way galaxy, but they are also incredibly diverse. Some orbiting very close to their host stars, other orbiting far away. Both could potentially host itty-bitty life beneath their waves, the authors wrote, meaning that they may be a whole venue of exploration from alien planets hunters. Yeah, I think I said a couple, life might not be carbon-based. They might be, life, extraterrestrial life doesn't mean green aliens and anything like that. It means is really anything from microscopic life to something primitive to, if there's like a ocean world, it might be ocean life, alien squid, alien sharks, just stuff like that. And we just have to keep our minds open to what, if we do find life, it could be, little green men or grays or reptilians or we send out a probe somewhere to Europa and drill down to the ocean and we found, aquatic life down there. So, it's it'll be great. It'll be great to find that one day. One of Saturn's moons still holds the potential for life. The methane wafting from Enceladus, Saturn's sixth largest moon, may be a sign that life teems in the moon's subsurface area. Oh, we were just talking about that. A June study found in 2005, NASA's Cassini Saturn orbiter discovered geysers blasting particles of water ice into space from tiger stripe fractures near Enceladus' south pole. That material is thought to come from huge oceans of liquid water that sloshes beneath the moon's icy shell. And it wasn't just water the orbiter found. Numerous other compounds, including the hydrogen or H2 and a variety of carbon-containing organic compounds, including methane, CH4, also appear in the geysers. And the new study, researchers ran a series of models to determine whether those compounds could be evidence of microbes that eat the hydrogen and produce methane as waste. The team found that methane farting microbes could indeed be contributing to the planet's gassy geysers, meaning that life cannot be ruled out on the icy world. So, microbial life, uh, producing the methane, here on Earth. A lot of our farm animals produce methane. So that's kind of, it's a clue that maybe this planet does contain a form of life. And that would be amazing. Scientists may be ignoring alien junk in our own solar system. According to Harvard astrophysicist A.V. Loeb, recent book Extraterrestrial, the first signs of intelligent life beyond Earth, published in January, but Mariner Books, the strange cigar-shaped object Oumuamua, which zoomed through our solar system in 2017, is almost certainly a piece of alien technology. In his book, Loeb argues that the object's unusual and elongated shape, unlike any known comet, extreme brightness and apparent acceleration away from the sun, suggests that Oumuamua is not natural in origin, but a piece of alien technology possibly just into our solar system by accident. A buoy, grip pods for communication, and other intelligent living organisms, defunct technology or discard technology trash, Loeb wrote. These are all plausible explanations for Oumuamua's mystery, plausible because here on Earth humanity is already doing these things, albeit at a far more limited scale. The majority of astronomers who have studied the object favor natural explanation, calling it a cosmic dust bunny or just a really odd comet. Oh, scientists. Yeah, this is a picture of Oumuamua. It looks like, if anybody has seen this, it looks like a cigar shape on some pictures to a weird Millennium Falcon, or if you want to be really kind of out there, it looks like the object they found underneath the Black Sea, I think, the anomaly down there. So, it's if it's weird. It's wrong to think of us that if we're creating space debris up in our atmosphere, in our close orbit of the Earth, that other alien civilizations who have been doing interstellar travel for hundreds, if not thousands of years, have not produced some kind of, what did the guy say? A buoy or some trash, uh, and it just happens to be on our way. So that's that. Thousands of alien worlds could have watched humans grow up. While human efforts to find alien civilizations among the stars have only kicked off in the last century or so, more than 1,700 alien civilizations could have been watching us for thousands of years prior, according to a study published in June in the journal Nature. 1715 nearby star systems have a perfect viewing angle of Earth over the last 5,000 years, and more than 1,400 of them still have a clear view today. All of these stars sit within 300 light years of our planet, and 75 of them orbit less than 100 light years away. Given that humans have been transmitting radio signals for about 100 years, any of these 75 star systems are near enough that our radio waves would have washed over them already. Lee study Arthur Lisa, got not my butcher that name, an associate professor of astronomy and director of Carl Sagan's Institute of Coral University, told Life Science at the time. Whether or not any hypothetical civilizations living in those stars want to communicate with is another question. I'm going to go into this in the later videos once I start doing more longer format videos, but I'm going to talk about the Fermi paradox, the dark jungle, why haven't we seen aliens? Like you said, by now 75 star systems have already gotten our early radio signals, and we haven't got anything back. So either we're being ignored, or we're just in this part of the galaxy, we're just very by ourselves. So um, there's no best way to communicate with aliens. Well, yeah. If aliens were watching us from relatively close by, what's the best way to tell them that we live, where we live? Life science writer Jonah Thompson investigated this question this summer, finding that no one method is flawless. On one hand, radio waves are a tempting way to communicate with extraterrestrials because their signals fit in a convenient gap in the electromagnetic spectrum called a water hole, a frequency between 1420 and 1720 megahertz that relatively free of cosmic background noise. On the other hand, radio waves brought in as they travel, meaning any message we will send will become diluted the further from Earth it gets. Laser light does not have this problem. However, laser signals require incredible precision and unlikely to reach any alien observers unless we target our messages directly to their star system. Both methods have their advantage and neither are perfect. Yeah, you know, I think they're saying that like the next 100, I think 50 years, the first radio signals are actually eventually going to just dissipate into cosmic noise. So if anything or any civilization is not within that bubble, we're not going to have anything to, nobody's going to listen. After, there's like an alien civilization like at 175 light years away, they're literally won't hear us, even though they're right there, right at the edge, which is kind of sad. So, if it's possible, our own technology might be getting in our way. In April 2019, astronomers detected a signal beaming towards Earth. It's seen from Proxima Centauri, the nearest star system to our sun and home to our at least one potential habitable planet. Because the signal fell into a narrow band of radio waves that are rarely made by human aircraft or satellites, researchers interpret this as a possible sign of alien technology. But the signal never repeated, and a study published in this October in the journal Nature Astronomy explains why. The signal was actually coming from a malfunctioning computer or cell phone device located near the telescope that detected it. In a new study, the researchers looked over the 2019 data again and found several look-alike signals that seem to be the missing components of the so-called transmission. Together, the signals fit a range of frequencies consistent with common clock oscillator frequencies used in digital electronics, the researchers wrote. In other words, this alien message seems to have been a human computer on the fritz, but studying and identifying it still gives scientists viable experience in separating real deep signal from earthly noise. Yeah, that's some of the problems, bounce back, especially Elon Musk's Starlink up there with all the satellites. It's going to pollute our basically viewing angle of the universe, because there's going to be all these like signals coming back and forth from the Earth to the satellites, then it's going to just be a little diluted, and it's going to be harder for us to actually listen to it. It's a deep space signal. So, yep, that's that's something. Um, Hopefully, we can work on as technology gets better, and we just work on it. Alien abductions could be lucid dreams. Lucid dreaming is which people are partially aware and can control their dreams through sleep. Could explain so-called alien abduction stories. A study from July August suggests claims of such abductions date to the 19th century. The circumstances of kidnappings often sound dreamlike and trigger feelings of terror and paralysis. Certain dream states are also known to produce such feelings. So, resident researchers wonder whether dream experiments could provide clues about alleged extraterrestrial experiences. The scientists prompted 152 lucid dreamers to dream about encounters with aliens or UFOs, and found that a number of sleepers reported dreams that resemble actual descriptions of alleged alien abductions. Of those who described their dreams encounters as realistic, 25 or 24% also experienced sleep paralysis and intense fear. Such emotions often accompany reports of supposed alien abductions, and though the individuals who described their kidnapped by aliens might truly believe what their experience was real, these people were likely experiencing an extraterrestrial meeting on a lucid dream, the study authors reported. Um, yeah, this one, I don't know. Could be, you know, could be, from the 19th century. Could be lucid dreams. I'm not entirely sure about that though. It could be either way. It's Could there be some cases where people abductions might just been sleep paralysis or lucid dreaming? Yes, of course. Is there also the possibility that people might actually got abducted by aliens? Possibly too. That's the cool thing about this, right? We have a theory, and now you know they have to test it, but some alien abductions occurred before the 19th century, and might be lucid dreaming back then too. But we should always strive to always dig deeper into some of these claims of alien encounters and stuff like that. Like I said, it might all be lucid dreaming, or there's always one that might be the odd one out. So we'll see. Like I said. Anyways, this was written by, I think, Brandon Spector from Life Science. Yep. So, um, the 9 things we learned about aliens in 2021. Again, the first one, UFOs are reals or UAPs. That is mind-boggling. Not a bigger story as it is. It was just kind of, oh, here it is, and it just kind of faded into oblivion. Anyways, yeah, if you like anything, if you like this longer format, please, let me know. First video of the 2022. And this has been, well, that is weird. Thank you. Good night.